Hello, it's Phoenix Amori. So let me tell you, I spoke with my mother. Now, here's the beautiful thing. There's been a lot of communication happening in my family. Even though it's been drama, it's communication happening where people are actually starting to apologize. Can y'all believe it? My mother said a few people apologize for different situations and hash some stuff out. Where they do that at? Congratulations. Now you can see why I would seclude myself, right? When I speak on communication, okay, you started seeing the way I was writing stuff. I said this not to be judgmental, but I said this because this is what I was actually seeing coming if you continue on that path, right? So the difference there is I'm also willing to dust my feet. One of the biggest issues and the reason why I talk about how my family didn't, help as far as finances were concerned, the family dynamics, and I'm saying this so they understand something. There was a bad habit of there being, oh, we'll loan you money or we'll give you money if you're doing what we think you should be doing. I'll leave that there and let y'all think about it. Y'all know that's how it's been for a very, very long time. If you're in the kind of career, if you're doing what we think you should be doing, then we'll help you. Okay, leaving that there. Now you get why I said that. Me being smart enough, knowing I'm going to do what God asked me to do and being an individual, I'm not going to ask those type people for money because I don't want to hear your mouth or I give it to you if I don't feel like hearing all that. So some of that was just not asking. However, some of it is just me being naturally responsible. This is where I'm trying to get a lot of the dynamics in the family straightened out. That sense of responsibility that kind of started lacking because yes, you want to help, but you have to help within reason. You don't want to help to where you cripple somebody and to where they start getting more of that entitlement. Now, what is the point of two entitled people? Okay, I'm talking to cousins right now. Why would two entitled people be having conversations with each other about what their mothers are not doing or what their mothers are supposedly doing? Won't y'all get it together for yourselves first? I'm now speaking through straight love to those two. You know who I'm talking about, where you sit there and talk about dynamics going on with their mothers and y'all don't have it together. You probably want to be quiet. That makes zero sense. Y'all know who I'm speaking of. I'll leave that there. Now, the one thing about it is my mother and I are finally communicating on that more woman to woman for real, where she calls and it's like, girl, this was going on. That I'm like, okay. And we leave it at that. But there's certain things going on in her household that I don't feel like I need to know either. But she's also learned and starting to see some of the things that were happening as to why we could not live together. It is very true that the economy has it to where such people that, the extended family live together, but it is a dynamic that only can happen when everybody's healthy and being responsible. Now, when I say healthy, I mean emotionally healthy. The way you keep emotional health in a household like that is everybody take responsibility to what they're supposed to be doing. So I use myself as an example again. When I was married young that first time, I did live with my husband's parents, but I worked full time. I cleaned up. I also would cook. She had a mother that stayed there for a while. I would cook for her mother, for my husband's grandmother. So there were things that I was naturally doing and taking care of my own child. I was so responsible. And you can ask her, it's crazy in a way, hindsight, because she would be like, well, let me have a baby. I felt like it was such my responsibility. Sometimes I'm like, no, leave him up here. This is our responsibility. That's what I would say to my husband at the time. So it's that attitude that's left a lot of people when it's like, this is really your responsibility. And so now that you understand, when people look at me and they're like, oh, why did she let the other two boys stay with their father? Didn't want to have all the legal drama around the kids. So you sometimes you just have to be that bigger person. So it's a difference when you talk about pure intentions until you understand why a person is the way they are. Don't assume anything. So I just like to say to my family, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Kat. Take care.